Hello, this is MrDeathtanker again, and we're here on Fjords, and we're in a Tier 7 matchup, and I'm in my VK3601H, the Tier 6 German heavy tank. It used to be a medium, but now it's a heavy, but it's still quite quick. Its armor is still very good, and I've got the top gun on mine, the 75 squeeze bore Waffe gun. Because while many people swear by the short 88, I just can't force myself to use a 132 pin when, like, I get into matches like this where it would be very difficult to penetrate some of these tanks. So I'm just going to rely on DPM and high penetration. Anyway, right now I'm basically just looking at the map. I'm a heavy tank, so I'm going to go down to the south horn like I always do, and I've got this one spot where I pretty much take all of my heavy tanks, unless they've got horribly bad depression, like many of the Germans and heavies, many Russians and Germans. But you know, you can make it work with the VK here. I'm looking at the matchup, and you know, it's pretty much looks like it's going to be a smash and grab game, but you never really can tell, so you might as well just play it exactly how you would any other type of game. And we'll just make it work. And also, we have a fail platoon in our team because there's a ELC matched up with a Martyr 38T, and you know, we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to do work here. Get up to our little spot over here in this rise and angle our armor and get that gun working. Now, my teammates are being very aggressive, and the VK works supremely well as a support tank. Maybe better as a second line support tank, but I do quite well here just by being right behind my tanks here. Okay, now that angle is too extreme for this gun. Need to aim a little bit higher, driver's viewport, kill that guy. Alright, I work over here because I want to get my armor at a very good angle. And I really want to just get my DPM working on these guys. And the gun is so good with its accuracy and view time that you can just pop in and take shots, as you're about to see here. Alright, Tiger, I'm trying to work his tracks here and get him tracked, but damage is so low on this gun, you really need multiple shots, and I don't think I'm really going to focus too much on that. It's more just dealing damage. Poking out, taking shots, quick firing, high penetration, high accuracy gun. Just slowly kneeling these guys to death while they're not really paying attention to me or bouncing off me. They're spending too much time focusing on other tanks. They're not looking at me enough. And that's really causing them a lot of pain over time, because while one shot doesn't hurt that much, you know, it adds up. T29 over here, he stops for whatever reason out in the open and pays for it. Yeah, he wasn't that good of a player, but what can he do? Alright, they've already lost quite a few of their heavies. The Tiger is not doing his best to protect himself. Now he's really in cover, and snipe the Cupola doesn't work out too well. Try again. German accuracy! Works, you know, half the time. And all of a sudden, 6-4, and like their last heavy on this side is like, oh god, everyone else is dead. Pushing in on them, I'm not too afraid. I've got enough health, I got enough armor. Just to take hits and get more damage out of them. Bounce at a weird angle on Russian heavy. No surprise there. Another weird bounce. Suddenly, and he's dead. And we have bagged 2k damage already. We haven't killed anything, but we've done a lot of damage. We did a lot of support to our other heavies over here to make the actual kills. And as a tier 6 and a tier 7 match, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing in any real matchup anyway, because if you do the damage and someone just happens to get the killing blow, well, at least you did the damage, and that's what really matters. Alright, they've only got 3 tanks left alive, and he gets derped by the IS 390 average damage. And we see AR-44. He's long range, but doesn't matter. This gun, quick firing, long range, high penetration. He'll get in those last few hits. and now only the Comet's alive. 14-6, it really was a stomp, and it just goes to show you XVM is quite good with its predictions. But now we're just trying to fish for shots on the Comet. We make that shot, amazingly. But that's what you get for German guns like this. They can make those shots. They can make them happen. While Russian guns would just either veer off or just bounce on something weird. I don't think I'm going to get there in time for any more damage. I think this is the limit of my interaction. And yep, there's the battle end. Now this is a really quick battle. It's, you know, common among tier 6 and 7. If one thing goes wrong on one flank, or in this case both flanks for the enemy, well, it's not going to take very long for this match to end. It took like, what, 5 minutes? Maybe even less? But let's look at those in-game plates and see how we did. So we're back here at World of Tanks Replays. Anyway, as you can see, Mastery. And also Confederate, because we really didn't kill anything, but we did a whole lot of damage to many of their heavy tanks, and just whittling them down enough so that the Soviet derp guns could just one-shot kill them. And as you can see, we got a tidy profit of credits and XP, and it was 2x, so that's why it's so high. As you can see here on the team score, there I am. It's a weird form word. I've got top XP, and you know, I did pretty much. Oh, nope, someone else did more damage. He must have been. Yeah, he was the IS-2 that was next to me the entire time. But you know, as a tier 6 machine, we did a lot of damage and just really supported the team by whittling down all of their heavies and just making sure that we could make out the breakout and just make it a really crushing match for us. And as you can see, we shot 25 times, a lot. 22 hits, because I kind of just jinxed some of those shots, and 19 pins. You know, that translates to a lot of damage, even though the alpha is really low. Got only hit twice, and they didn't pan me because my armor was at such a good angle. And, you know, this really shows what you can do with the VK if you've got the top gun unlocked, the Waffe and squeeze bore, and just really use it how, sort of kind of like how the Tiger is used at tier 7, where it's basically the very good accuracy, very good gun handling DPM monster meant to melt tanks. You're not meant to just pop out, shoot someone, go back, and wait for your long reload. No, that's a Russian thing. This is Germans. They are all about the DPM at this level, and you really just need to make your DPM count. Keep popping out, keep taking the shots, keep making the Russians miss and hit your frontal plate at a weird angle, and just rack up the damage very quickly while they just keep bouncing their 122 millimeters off of you. Anyway, that's it for this replay. I'll see you later.